Hello everyone, I made a mistake and I'm back. I accidentally pressed on the end broadcast because someone was trolling me. Sorry about that. So anyways, how is everyone today? Again. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay then. Sorry, I was just watching this meme. But no copyright fragment, okay? So, how's everyone? How would you like it if I read a creepypasta? Sorry about that, everyone. That's my grandmother talking. But I'm just gonna find a creepypasta I can read. Let me see. What creepypasta do I want to read? Let me see. Let's see if I want to read early read. Several years ago, I bought and received a job lot of early Thomas and Friends videos and the like from an eBay seller. The auction's description mentioned that several of the videos were actually given to him prior to the release of the series on VHS, implying that the seller originally worked on the show in some way. Some of the early tapes he sent me were in relatively good condition, considering they're almost 30 years old, and some were a little worse for wear, with missing boxes, label, etc. Why do you keep streaming videos? I don't know, but anyways, tons of live streams lately. Yeah, I know. Some of the tapes had originally labels missing and had cruelly written replacement labels stuck to them. Other tapes had earlier versions of certain episodes with extra sound effects, as well as a short bits of footage that did not make it to the final versions of the episodes. The video that grabbed my interest the most, however, was the video simply called Early Reel, which I believe was filmed in the early 1980s alongside the higher pitch episode Down the Mine. Now, Down the Mine was pitched to ITV before filming on the series properly began. Once it was green-lighted, Series 1 of Thomas and Friends was introduced and Down the Mine was reshot to become the show's 25th episode, meaning that this video could not have been broadcast pitched to the ITV network to get Thomas greenlit. I'm going to try to draw your arc on Flip-A-Clip. I will come back and tell you when it's finished, and I'll post it in your channel. Okay, the video. Ensured I played the video before any of the others. I received in the job lot. The video started with a date displayed in the bottom right hand corner. It only appeared for a few seconds and it said 5th of June 5th of June 1981. I meant on, not in, on LOL. Okay. Which would mean the 5th of June 1981. According to most sources, 1981 was the year filming began on the show. After this, the title card appeared, as this was one of the earliest, not if the earliest, Thomas videos to be completed. It made sense that the familiar theme tune, along with the famous scenes of Thomas bypassing a windmill and stopping at Farquhar Station, was absent. Instead, a relatively plain title card was used, simply displaying the classic Thomas and Friends symbol shown at the end of all season 1, and two episodes of Thomas and Friends. A few seconds later, it faded to black. Ringo Starr wasn't present as the narrator. There was no narrator. The video contained no speech, merely sound effects, making it all the more unnerving. Okay. The episode started out with Knapford Station being completely mobbed, with trains populating virtually every platform. As only 7 engines were featured in the first season, it is likely that 1 or 2 unidentified Markland engines were pulling some of the trains. A goods train of trucks full of stone was present in the goods platform, which was the closest platform to the viewer. The camera zoomed in to look more closely at the goods train, and we then saw Thomas back down on the train. Thomas's model looked off in this early reel. It was presumably in the same model as used in the Down the Mine pitch, which is visible in the single scenes. In the broadcast version, Thomas's side rods were chunkier than the TV series model. His wheels were also slightly smaller than, and his running plate was lower, obscuring the part of his wheels. The thing I found creepy is that the engine's eyes don't move in this. They were painted on, very much like the troublesome trucks, and the characters like Terrence and Coraline. So Thomas, with his lifeless eyes, pulled out of the station and onto the open line. The puffing noise in this video was more realistic if it was recorded from real locomotives. Further down the line, Thomas passed Percy again, with his model was noticeably different to his model in the show itself. His tanks were less rounded, and his whole look and had more industrial feet about it, similar to how he looked in some of the later Railway series books. As the two engines passed each other, they whistled. Their whistles sounding the same as they do on the show. Immediately following this, Thomas got sent down the wrong line. Okay, I was just checking. Immediately following this, Thomas got sent down the wrong line. We saw a shot of Thomas rolling down the wrong line with a surprised look on his face. It looked similar to the one in the show, except it was more detailed and seemed to convey more horror, as as if Thomas severely lofting the thought of what is to come. I saw Thomas roll down a steep gradient, with his truck surging against him. The shocked face from last scene was still present. A level crossing was ahead of Thomas, which he immediately ran into and broke. To make matters worse, a car was on the level crossing at that point in time, which Thomas rams into, sending it tumbling out of control. A similar The seeming amount was similar to the one from Thomas in Trouble, where Thomas is confronted by the policeman. Was seen with Thomas in the far distance. The difference was that there were more rocks, ridges, and cliffs, and less grass. A pair of derailed trucks were present on the line in front of Thomas. Thomas, unable to stop, smashes into the derailed trucks and flew off the rails. Thomas continues to roll along the ground. A thin piece of string was visible in a few scenes until he tumbled off a rocky edge. He fell all the way down to the mountain cliff with a more unsettling face. It was similar to his eyes shut face from the show, but convened intense fear, and his teeth were gritted while this was going on. A climatic piece of was heard. It was likely to be a piece of stock music. Thomas reached the bottom of the mountain and crashed into the rocky ground below. A terrible metallic crash could be heard while Thomas's body shell exploded on contact with the ground, with bits such as whistles and handrails flying in several directions. A Klein sound explosion sound effect was added for a more dramatical sound, a dramatic, or I don't know, effect. Even even worse, this was a pair of male voices letting out blood-curdling shrieks, which I assumed were Thomas's driver and fireman either being killed or badly injured by the crash. As the crash died down, the camera and I some of saw some of Thomas's remains, including the upon exploded body shell, which is extreme enormous strings piece. Again, probably stop music was played. The face was gone and faded into a smoke box door. The flames around the broken pieces of Thomas and a breakdown a break a breaking down a broken down train could be faintly seen in one shot, appearing to be coupled to Percy, whose face was obscured by its cab. You can faintly hear a male voice saying the Latin sentence, Felicita nomina nisur. Slowly, the scene fades to black. On on the back on the black background, some text in white read, "There's nothing quite like it." Below the middle of the screen in Rockwell. In the railway series, "There's nothing quite like it" was the motto of the Northwestern Railway. The the featured in the books and TV show. Following this was a copyright notice, a Clearwater Productions for Brittlecroft, Ltb, Brittlecroft Thomas, LD Ltd 1981. While the copyright date was displayed, the faint sound of steam hissing was audible, along with a faint yet shrill sounding whistle, steam whistle, which sounded like a more realistic version of Thomas's whistle. The screen remained blank for about 30 seconds. Slowly it faded into a night scene. The color was very washed out at this point. A rusty engine with Thomas's shape could be seen coasting along a run-down branch line. I say coasting because the engine was making no puffing noises to signify that it was moving under its own power. I could only assume that the engine was a ghost Thomas or something similar. Thomas no longer had a face, but instead a regular smoke box door. The smoke box door wasn't secured, so it kept banging against Thomas's smoke box each time the door opened. There was some sort of substance that can be faintly invisible. Inside Thomas's smoke box, I instantly assumed this to be ash, but upon closer inspection, it looked like some sort of rotting flesh. I still like to think that it's ash. However, throughout those night scenes, various sounds was present during close-ups of the ghost Thomas. Some awful grinding, squealing, and clanking noises were heard. The branch line terminates at a scrapyard. By this point, Thomas was rolling at a considerable slow pace, slower than usual seen on the early seasons of Thomas and Friends. Oddly, most of the scrap models were not regular scrap engines seen on the show. The scrap contained largely broken pieces, broken up vehicles, and like Thomas, slinked into a damp siding. After stopping, a man modeled in the same style as the Railway series proper, holding a cutter's torch, appeared, standing in front of the old rusty Thomas. The camera panned down slowly, whistled to and slowly fading to black. About 6 seconds, the sounds of birds chirping was audible. I was half expecting the tape to take a more lighthearted approach. I was wrong. A black on white hand drawing faded into view. It was a set of sidings with rows of steam engines that had been withdrawn from service, having several books and magazines in British Railways in the final days of steam traction. I am used to this sort of scenario. However, the engines were completely dilapidated, I think that's what it's called, but the frames were bented out of shape. Various parts doors and buffers, and all these locomotives simply looked completely mauled. I think it's called. I don't know, but as I am something of a British railway buff, I found this image to be a little upsetting. I thought I imagined that many people were completely unfazed by it. If you are a longtime follower of Thomas and Friends, or have children or younger siblings that are into the show, then you'll know that there are literally hundreds of characters in the series. Even more if you count things such as original Railway series books and magazines. This picture did not have hundreds of engines, but the choice of engines were interesting, to say the least. All of them represented real engine classes, some of which formed the basis of characters that weren't yet created. For example, there was a North Staffordshire battery electric locomotive, a fairly little known until 2012, when it was brought out of obscurity by serving as the basis for the character Stafford. Even more blizzard was the inclusion of two violently manning wild Weardle L class tank engines. Any fans of the series will know that both Billy and Charlie are based on this engine class. Other engines were not used as the basis for any Tom's characters. For example, the London Turbine and Scott Coast Railway Class 79. This engine class normally... You know what? I'm done with this creepypasta. I hate it so much. So I'm taking a break from that. So anyways, I'm waiting for another person to join the stream. Oh boy. So you guys, hope y'all are doing well. Okay. Oh, I see your channel, Porter Productions. I really like it. It's really nice. I really like your Thomas animations. Look at that. I hadn't seen this Thomas so good. Alright. You know what? I used to do animations, but no, I don't. Okay. Oh boy. You guys, I'm getting kind of bored. I'm waiting for someone to join the stream. Sorry about that. I'm feeling kind of bored. Okay. If someone wants to join the stream, the link is in the description and live chat. So I'll be waiting. Oh boy. Anyone want to join the stream? Meow. Whoa. Sorry about that, everyone. Oh boy, what do I want to do today? Eh. Hello, everybody. I just keep reporting my voice. Oh. Hello there, Rope. Good to see you. Good to see you. Just feeling kind of bored. Just wonder if someone's gonna join the stream or not. See if anyone wants to join the stream. The link is in the description and live chat. really like your logo. It's pretty nice. Oh. Sorry about that, everyone. I made a mistake. Right, then. I wonder when Trainboy 11 will join. Okay, then. I'm waiting for someone. I'm waiting for someone to join the stream. How's everyone been doing? Okay, then. I'm waiting for someone to join the stream. Okay. Okay, then. Let me get out silk reminders. Hello. Okay, then you've seen silk reminders. Guys, I'm getting kind of bored. Sad. Filled with determination. Filled with determination. Oh boy. Ugh. Guys, I'm getting kind of bored right now. I sent you the link. Oh, look. I'll just change back to my old logo. Oh wait, this isn't my old logo, huh? Oh. You know what? I like this old steam engine. Sorry about that. I think that's my grandfather working on the pipe. I think so, or he's something. Maybe he's fixing something. La 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 Roma Roma ma ga ga ooh la la. Won't you look at that romance? Rah rah Roma Roma ma ga ga ooh la la. Won't you look at that romance? Rah rah Roma Roma ma ga ga ooh la la. Won't you look at that romance? Rah rah Roma Roma. No. That's terrible. C62 from now on. Yeah. I wish I could create another channel that can do full ownership. Just like Elijah Spears did. Did you know that Elijah Spears was fan of Thomas 31? Like, okay. Rah rah my God. Lady Gaga. Oh, sorry about that. Just watching something. I'm just watching something. Okay then. So you guys, I'm getting kind of bored, so I'm at the end of the stream and have a nice day.